Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 Live, presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Jim. We have Ty. What is up, fellas?
What's going on, guys?
1 week close to opening day, boys.
Are we excited?
I'm getting there. I mean, we talked on Monday. Like the World Baseball Classic, just it got me amped up. I'm ready for the season to start for sure.
Yeah, and you hit it on it. You hit it on it, Jim, during the Bucko Brew. I really want something like that to happen with the Pirates. Like when you said, "All right, I need this to happen for the Pirates," watching Paul Skeens pitch in that type of situation. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah,
it was fun.
I'm excited. I love spring training. We were down there for 2 weeks. That was exciting. Now we're back, and it's just like I'm officially at the point now, especially since there's no games on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Was one more game in like the last 10 days.
Yeah.
So like I'm ready for the regular season to begin. I'm ready to see Paul Skeens in New York City shoving against the Mets. I'm ready for this. I'm so ready for the season to begin. And I'm ready to see Konnor Griffin on opening day roster.
Same
with the extension.
Yeah, anyways. And then they did a night game tonight too. So they beat the Tigers 3-1. Braxton Ashcraft just shoved. It wasn't on TV, so no idea what he looked like, but the numbers all look pretty impressive. Also, the win clinched a winning season, a winning spring for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's their first winning spring since 2017, you guys. It's been 9 years since they've had a winning record in spring training. And like I said, I don't know what that correlates to, but hey, it's been a while since they've had a winning record in spring, and so they finally got it this spring. So that's cool to see.
Take that, all you naysayers.
Yes.
Guys, we know they've been bad and they've lost a lot in spring. So maybe now it changes.
Yeah. You never know.
I'm also I'm ready to move on from this whole positive Tyler thing and just be realistic again. Because right now I'm super positive, and it's hard not to be at this point.
Well, next week we've got our season preview over under prediction episode. So that's your chance, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it.
I got a question for you, Tyler.
Yes.
What the hell are you looking at? You're looking everywhere but us as we're talking.
Half the problem is that I just rearranged everything. So I'm
okay.
Here we are. So
there we go. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, guys, I'm really excited about this season, but I'm going to be my old self. And I'm like, Tyler, I'm right here.
Yeah. Are you though?
No.
All right. So what do we got on the docket for tonight?
Well, we're going to start things off with the really stupid question.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's been some news, not fully baseball related, but I want to say this. This is always a fun time of the year. The Pirates released the new food items at PNC Park. Let's talk about those. Smash or pass. Let's talk about this last week of spring training. And Jim, are we bringing Jimalytics back?
We got some Jimalytics tonight. We've got, you know what? This might be the first time ever, but I made it 2 PowerPoints for tonight. 2 different PowerPoints.
2 points.
Why do I do this?
I hope everybody's ready.
The people are needing some Jimalytics. Not really. We all hate them. But let's get into like the really stupid question. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
So we know how this works. But before we spin the wheel, Jim, do you want to let us know what the question is today?
Yeah, so the question today is, if you had to live in one TV show universe, what are you choosing? So that is the dumb question for today. So yeah, let's spin this thing.
Are we going to get an answer this time? By the way, I want to say Dan Szymborski did DM us back last week, and he was like, guys, I apologize. I mean, the Twitter DMs are pretty bad. Will Taylor
Pirates prospect Will Taylor, and I'll say this: the spring breakout rosters were just announced today, and Will Taylor is going to be participating in the spring breakout game on Friday. So, yeah, I guess I'll shoot that over to him.
Go ahead and send that over. Also, teaser, if you may, since that game is on Friday, it is a spring breakout. And we like to get the juices pumping a little bit before the season. It's our spring break also. Spring break, spring training. We're going to do a post-game show after that. So tune in. After the spring breakout game, we'll have our NS9 post-game show, spring training, spring breakout edition. So hopefully that'll be a really good time.
We got some interesting answers here.
We do have some interesting answers. You know what?
Slow down.
Ethan pulling out the Pokemon. Yeah. I feel like that would actually be kind of fun. Like being able to like catch little animals and wander around the earth and just like fight people with them. Like that'd be pretty cool. I might go with Pokemon. That's not a bad one.
Yeah. Solid.
That is not bad at all.
I was trying to think of a show that has a bunch, like only has rich people. Couldn't think of one.
You could do like Entourage.
The problem is you wouldn't be the rich person. You'd be like,
yeah, that's true, right?
You'd be the lawn boy.
Yeah, it depends how we define universe.
Yeah. All right.
It sucks. I never think about these answers when we do the questions, so I never have one prepared. I don't know what I would do.
Who's going to be the crazy person that wants to live in Game of Thrones time?
Maybe Community. I like the TV show Community.
Yeah.
Community would be good. Someone says Always Sunny. That would be a good one too. That'd be fun.
You know what? Just give me a 50s show. I'll live in that universe, and then I'll invent everything that's ever happened in the last 75 years.
There you go. All right.
There it is. All right.
So let's jump into Jimalytics. Unbelievable. Eric Sabrowski, as Anna Kendrick says. Boom. I love that. I love that. So today we're going to talk about the ABS challenge system. What seems like that's going to be really cool about this is we've got pretty awesome reporting for the ABS challenge system, which, hey, it's baseball. There's stats involved. Like when something new gets introduced, we want to be able to track it. We want to be able to tell who's good at it. We want to tell who's bad at it. We want to tell who's like the most advantageous, when it comes to the ABS system. So now that we're about, we're 3.5 weeks into spring training, it's still a really small sample size for the ABS challenge system, but we have like ABS challenge leaderboards and stats that are out right now. And there's some pretty cool stuff that's being included with this. So I just wanted to share what we've got going on in terms of ABS challenge statistics. So, you guys excited? Is everybody excited for this?
Nothing gets my juices going more than this, Jim.
I know.
I'm just waiting on this to find a way to make Henry Davis the greatest catcher ever.
That's exactly what this
Stay
is gonna be.
Stay tuned. All right. So we've got ABS reporting, and you guys, it's pretty awesome. So quick overview, just so far this spring. Challenges are 52%. People are 52% overall at overturning balls and strikes. There's been 1,564 attempts. 812 have been overturned. So it's pretty 50-50, right?
That's pretty good. That stands out more than, or I should say less than I thought.
I don't know. The Pirates probably bring that down a good bit.
All right. Batters are not very good at it right now. 44% as far as the batters go. They've had 732 attempts. 323 have been overturned. And then when it comes to the fielders, so we're talking catchers and pitchers, they are 59% successful at overturning these calls. And to even take it one more step further, what's even more interesting, let me take off the overlay here just for a second so you can see. Does this there we go. Boom. Okay. Pitchers have only challenged 31 calls all spring. Catchers have had 801. So it looks like teams are pretty much relying on the catcher to do the challenging and not necessarily the pitchers. The Pirates particularly stand out here. They haven't had a single pitcher challenge a pitch yet this spring.
Good. I like that. That's the way it should be. Everyone follow Chris Sale.
It's good coaching.
So heavy catchers on that. All right. So how do the Pirates stack up? So let's compare the Pirates to the rest of Major League Baseball when it comes to the ABS challenge system. There's 30 teams in Major League Baseball, you guys. The Pirates rank 29th. They're quite bad. Well, it's not that they're bad at it.
Let's go.
It's not that they're bad at it. It's just that their opponents have had 14 more calls overturned than they've had. So only the Dodgers are worse at this. So like if you look at the bar the bar graph here, like you can tell the Pirates aren't the worst when it comes to like getting calls overturned. But what they are the worst at in Major League Baseball, they've had the most calls overturned against them than any other team so far this spring.
So yeah, it's really not as like they're bad at it. It's just like they've been the most unluckiest, I guess.
They've been,
which naturally,
yeah,
of course.
Yep.
I feel like Jim, me, Cody, Doug, we saw probably all 14 of these in that Braves game.
That Braves game is going to account for a lot of this, I think. So yeah, so far not the ABS system hasn't been that kind to the Pirates, as N Volantine says in here. Umpires can't call Skeens. Like we'll kind of get to that. But Skeens is definitely a culprit here, and he's only had I think 2 spring starts, maybe 3, but I think only 2.
I think just 2.
I think just 2 as well. All right. Let's look at the hitters, though. So which Pirates hitters are gaining the most from this? And I want to talk about this a little bit more because there's like a lot of data on this screen. But what's going to be really neat about watching this throughout the entire season is that they've calculated like an expected challenge rate. So like if a pitch should be challenged, like StatCast is going to register that as like an expected challenge. So those players who aren't challenging pitches that should be challenged, they're actually going to it's going to hurt them in this metric where it comes to overturns versus expected. So the best player so far for the Pirates at the ABS challenge system is the password. It's Jostinson Garcia. He's challenged 4 pitches. He's won 3 of them. He's lost 1. But another cool thing on here is it'll tell you, okay, did it flip a strikeout and did it flip a walk? So you can see in the case of like he gained a walk by his challenge.
I remember that one.
If you go right below him, Endy is the second best. Endy's challenged 2 and he's won 2, and he's used them really, really, really nicely. He took a strikeout off the board and he's gained a walk. So Endy has not only taken a strikeout away, but also gained a walk in his 2 challenges. And then you can see down here, like Yordany De Los Santos has taken a strikeout off the board. So it's just going to be cool kind of throughout the season to see like these numbers stack up. Like I said, it's still a pretty small sample size right now, but right now, like you're just seeing like onesie twosies here and there. But it's going to be cool, like middle of the season, end of the season, to see like, hey, how many strikeouts did Brian Reynolds take away, or how many more walks did Marcell Ozuna have because of this? So just some pretty cool reporting that they've gotten this.
And you know what I like about this is like they're treating this as a skill set. That's interesting. That's like some of the nuance that comes out of things. This is now considered like a skill set. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
This is
So those
now
are the-
some more of the analytics that aren't numbers that people will talk about and hate.
Yeah. So that's the good stuff. Here's the bad stuff. Joey Bart stands out in this. Joey Bart's at negative 1.1 when it comes to overturns versus expected. And that's just because he hasn't challenged anything where it's saying that he should have. So if you look at this, he has a it's saying he has a expected challenge rate of 9.4. So it means like theoretically Joey Bart should have challenged 9.4% of the pitches that he's seen, and he's challenged 0%. So he's getting dinged on this because he's not challenging pitches that he should be challenging. So as I said, just kind of a cool way that they're going to be measuring this throughout the year.
Looks like both catchers don't know the zone very well.
And you can throw Flores in there too. Flores is 0 for 1 also.
Well, I was looking at another one from Louisville.
This
I
is
know.
really, really interesting. Like I am kind of fascinated because like this, this is going to eventually go into war. I mean, this is like framing's a skill set, and now that you can't do it because challenge, I mean, you can still do it, right? But it can get challenged. You're going to get dinged on if that pitch should have been challenged or not.
God, I hope not. But
like, this is the new way. This is interesting to me right now.
I will say, just briefly, Password being at the top is very encouraging.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Password and Endy, the two best so far. Yeah. All right. Let's talk Pirates catchers. What do we think? What do we think this is going to look like, you guys?
I feel like Henry Davis is going to be...
Sorry, guys.
Before we get to that,
text comes in. We stop everything.
Shout out Will Taylor. Will Taylor.
So shout out Will Taylor. Yeah. Pretty quick response. Now I'll say this: he was typing a little bit. He was thinking about it. So a lot of ha-ha-has. He enjoyed it. But he says he's going to go with the only show he's ever watched, Outer Banks.
I don't hate that at all.
It's a good show. Yeah.
And that's a good pick. Like, you get to live in the Outer Banks.
I don't hate it. Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to live somewhere, it's not a terrible place to be. Not a terrible universe to be in.
All right. Shout out Will Taylor. Thank you for that. All right. Back to the Pirates catchers. Henry Davis leads the way by a ton. Henry Davis has challenged 10 pitches so far this spring. He's won 8 of them. He's lost 2. He has given Pirates pitchers 3 strikeouts because of his challenges, and his expected overturns versus expected is a positive 2.7. So he's been really, really good at it. On the flip side, Joey Bart has been awful. He's challenged 8. He's won 3 and he's lost 5. So Joey Bart has a 38% rate right now on his challenges. Henry Davis is at 80%. Kind of going in between. Endy's at 67%. Flores is at 60%. But yeah, Henry Davis kind of leading the way here.
Not to poo-poo it here, but Paul Skeens really hasn't thrown many spring training starts. Paul Skeens gets some superstar calls. I expect those numbers to be different.
These are specifically like pitches that Henry Davis is challenging, though. Like, I mean, Davis is challenged the most.
True. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And he's won the most.
Well, hopefully he doesn't lose any Paul Skeens calls.
Right.
But they generally do get those.
So, yeah, Joey Bart, though, not so hot right now.
Yeah.
He's got negative 4.3 less than expected.
Oh,
Joey can't win at anything.
Yeah. Sorry, Joey. So Joey's not very good hitting or catching when it comes to the ABS challenge right now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's still early. It's still early. I will say this, out of all the catchers on this board, this is somewhat new to Joey Bart. Like, he hasn't seen this, especially recently, whereas Davis, Endy, Flores, like those guys kind of all saw this throughout the minors. Bart didn't really.
Yeah. No, Nate talked to him about that as well when we were down there. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen it, but very, very sporadically.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. But I also look at this too, like it's spring training, and I do feel like a lot of people are just testing it. So again, it's a lot of data. It's still kind of interesting, but I also do look at this like, spring training numbers don't really matter. I feel like there's a lot of like, hey, let's just try this out. Let's just get a feel for this. So I'm saying this to give Joey Bart a little hope here.
And I'll say this too. Joey Bart is the only catcher so far to take a walk off the board with a
Jesus.
So there you go. All right, let's talk about the effect that it's had on the Pirates pitchers. Again, from like a positive standpoint, like Nick Domkowski, Noah Davis have had some positive results. Justin Lawrence, Mitch Keller has had a strikeout given to him. David Matoma had a walk taken away from him. For the most part, though, it's pretty like not a whole lot. Like, it's just spread out so much against these guys. Like the most challenges that someone has had on this screen is 3. Like Mason Montgomery was 2-1, Bubba Chandler 1-2.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a huge effect. This is when the Pirates are challenging the pitches, by the way, is what we're looking at right now. The next screen is when the opposing team is challenging. And this is where we saw, like I said, Skeens kind of get crushed that one start where the opposing team has challenged Paul Skeens 4 times. They won all 4 of those, and they took a strikeout away from him. So that's kind of been hurting him. Carmen Majinski also has had 6 pitches challenged against, and they've been 3-3. One of those added a walk to his line.
Yeah, Skeens is gonna get hammered.
Yeah,
which I mean is a good thing in this. It's like not a good thing. It's a good thing in the sense of he's such a good pitcher. Like pitchers like him are just gonna get hammered in here, but they're still very good. Like I trust Skeens is still gonna be a very good pitcher at the end of the day.
Right.
But it's gonna hurt him.
I mean, maybe it's been 2 starts. Maybe that was just a bad umpire that we saw against the Braves.
Brother, we all watched the World Baseball Classic. Our guy gets some calls.
Yes.
Right,
exactly. The Pirates finally earned something. The Pirates do something right. They get this elite pitching, and now MLB is going to take it away. Just like they took away the shift, just like they took away the bonuses in the draft. Rob Manfred and MLB just hate Pittsburgh.
Can
it's
I
a
get
conspiracy.
Some, like, old school Braves calls here, like just for a few years. Let me have something.
Right. I'm on to you, Manfred.
These are the pitchers who I guess have done a good job in getting challenged. Bubba Chandler kind of stands out here. He's had 3 pitches challenged, and the hitters have lost 2 of those. So, but yeah, that's it. Like I said, not a lot of data to go off of right now, but it is kind of cool that like we're gonna have this throughout the season, and we're gonna be able to look and see really like who's good at this, who's bad at this. And like, where are they missing? Like, are they missing because they're just losing challenges, or are they missing because they're not challenging enough? Like, this is going to measure both of those.
It's going to be cool. I don't really know how much stock you can put into a lot of it. Like, I mean, skill-wise, what can you really do, at least catching and pitching-wise? Hitting-wise, yes, it's going to be very valuable. And I think that's probably where you see the value.
Yeah, if you're a hitter and you can overturn those calls that, either put you down 1-2 and instead now you're up 2-1, like those are going to be the big ones. Or like there's a big situation and you get called out on strikes, and it was clearly a ball.
Yeah, being able to flip a count from like 1-2 to 2-1 is going to be huge for like a Brian Reynolds.
Yeah. That's
Like-
the one thing that kind of stinks this year, because like the one person I was really interested to see utilize this is the guy who has a 1,500 OPS with Texas right now, and that's Andrew McCutchen. Anywho, another topic for another day.
Another topic for another day.
But yeah, again, like this is the other part of this. I mean, again, we talk about ABS. Should it be in baseball? Should it not? I know it's polarizing to some degree, but I think most people are into it, especially the way that they've done it, right? Like a challenge system, not just every call's done by, a computer. But yeah, this is interesting. Again, like this is becoming like a skill again. I like this thought of it. Who really knows the strike zone? Who's making the challenges when they should? I like it. I like it a lot. Once we get like
All
a
this
full
is
year of sample
available.
size in.
Yeah, all this is available on Baseball Savant, the Statcast website, and yeah, like I said, it gets pretty in depth on this stuff.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking about all those players, we got 1 week left of spring training, and then we're heading north. There's still some roster spots that are open. There's still some battling going on. We know this fifth starter is a big battle that's happening right now. We know the shortstop position is a battle. 2 players remain in the sense of position battles, position players that aren't on the 40-man. That's Konnor Griffin and Alika Williams. That's interesting. Those 2. What does that mean, guys? But then you talk about the password. I mean, there's still battles going on. Like, is Garcia coming up north, or is he going to go to AAA? I mean, things are getting kind of interesting right now. So I don't know how do you want to lead this off here about this next week? What are we looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about it right after this ad read from Cody.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
Yeah. My favorite part of that ad read is the 64,000.
I love it.
There was no flub.
6400.
There was not a flub.
Oh, I felt like he needs an IQ bar after
right.
that. Yeah. So next topic, right? There's 1 week left of games. There's still some position battles here. Like who's going to be the 5th starter? Who's going to take up these final bullpen spots? Who's going to be the shortstop on this team? What does the left side of the infield look like? And like, what does the bench look like here? So, yeah, there's some interesting things going on. I do want to kind of start with just like the position player side of things, like Tyler Callahan, homers today. He was 2 for 3, played third base. His spring OPS is 855. And again, like spring numbers are spring numbers. But I Nick York started off the spring like super duper hot, and he's kind of since cooled down a little bit. Did get a hit today, but like Callahan coming on board, you wonder if like was that move made just because the Pirates don't really want Nick York to be on the bench? I think if Konnor Griffin doesn't make this team, I probably still have York in there somewhere. But I mean, we talked about this last week too, but like I think Tyler Callahan's on this team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Just like the versatility that he has, being able to hit from the left side, which they're missing on the bench. I mean, they've got Mangum, but like as far as like an infielder who can play third base, he can play second base, he can play corner outfield. Like the versatility is just nice there. Yeah, I just and then also like if it comes down to it where Griffin is on this team and you got to send York to AAA, then like York's getting everyday at bats.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, Tyler Callahan stinks, and I really don't want to see him on this team. I know like last week I projected him to be on this team, but he stinks, guys. I don't want
Tyler's back.
Like,
we reeled him back in.
Callahan on this team. I do not. Like, why are we doing that? I understand the need of someone like that, a guy that can play the infield and the outfield. Can I have someone else? Can I just have Konnor Griffin? I don't want Tyler Callahan.
Well, that's my thing. I think if Griffin's on this team, I think Callahan still makes it over York.
I don't want Nick York either.
Well, you're gonna have to have at least one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to eat the vegetables.
The good news with this lineup and the way that they've gone out and put it together this offseason is in past years, you had a bunch of guys starting or getting the majority of playing time who like really probably shouldn't have been. This year, you look at the starting lineup, and I mean, at least 1 through 6, right? Cruz, O'Hearn, Reynolds, Ozuna, Lau, Horwitz. Those 6 guys, like those are everyday players. So if Griffin's in there, then there's a 7th. Your catching situation is your catching situation. It is what it is. Like they're going to both, you know, whoever it's going to be Barton Davis unless something happens between now and opening day. And Triolo's your third baseman at that point. So like you've got a set lineup of like starters, and then your bench is your bench. You know, you're not giving 400 at bats to Nick York. You're not giving 400 at bats to Tyler Callahan. Whereas last year it was like, hey, Adam Frazier, you're playing a lot all of a sudden, right? You're not going to see that this year, hopefully, because of the caliber of starting talent that they've got.
Yeah, I agree. It's really what Jack says right here. It's nice to only be upset over the 26th guy. And that's where we're at. I want to actually like kind of compare this to like the Josh Van Meter situation, you know, because Callahan's a little bit of an older, not quite like Josh Van Meter, but you know what I mean? Like he's an older prospect. He has some interesting minor league numbers, but like, does it translate? But the thing is, like Josh Van Meter came over and it was like, how many plate appearances did he get that year? Was it like 400 like you're talking about, right? Like this is a situation like, is this guy going to make the team? And if he does, he's making it as the 26th guy. So that's why it's also to me like I'm not up in arms about this. It is what it is. It's the 26th guy. If this was 5 years ago, he's not even making the team because there's only 25 guys on a roster, you know? So like here we are. Now, I just look at it like you mentioned, do I want Nick York or do I want him? And really, I don't find Nick York that attractive defensively. You gonna say something, Jim?
I was gonna say, let's assume Konnor Griffin's not on the team for a second.
Well, yeah, I mean Nick York's making it. Well, or
Is he?
Alika Williams is
that
still
other guy we
in
talked about
Major League
before the show.
camp.
Yeah.
Alika Williams. And let me just present an argument for Alika Williams, and I can't believe I'm doing this on March 18th.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with you.
But if Konnor Griffin's not on the team, you have one person who you feel comfortable with playing on the left side of the infield, and that's Jared Triolo. And like that's it. You don't feel comfortable putting anyone else there. Nick Gonzalez was a subpar second baseman last year. When you take a subpar second baseman, you put him at shortstop, he's going to be even worse. If Konnor Griffin's not on this team, I think you start Jared Triolo at third, and I think you start Nick Gonzalez at short, but Alika Williams is on your bench to substitute to go into shortstop late game situations when you're up. And because you can't afford to have a shortstop who you don't feel comfortable with, late in games that are close. And so that's where I think Alika Williams may fit in this. I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but it's almost like they did go out there and they got a lot of offense. So like they might be able to afford to carry just a glove first shortstop on the bench who can provide defense at the end of games. And like, you're not giving him any at bats. You're not giving him hardly any at bats. Like, don't start him. Maybe once every other week, right? But like, there may be a role on this team like that.
I don't think maybe. I think it is the role because it seems like Konnor Griffin's probably going to go down. From maybe some other things have come out, but I think Konnor Griffin's going to AAA. At that point, you have to have somebody that can play shortstop on this roster. You have to have that defensive replacement. Nick Gonzalez cannot play short. And if Nick Gonzalez is at shortstop in the ninth inning and makes an error, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. I hate the fact that I have to agree that Alika Williams almost has to be here. And truthfully, it's probably more like the Pirates failed at getting a third baseman. That's the main problem here. They didn't go get a third baseman. If they would have gotten a third baseman, Jared Triolo can play shortstop if Konnor Griffin wasn't ready in their eyes, and it would have been fine. Alika Williams is nowhere to be found here. With the current roster, Alika Williams almost has to be here. What are you going to do whenever Nick Gonzalez needs a day off? You're going to move over Triolo, and then who's playing third? Tyler Callahan? Bleh. Nick York? Bleh.
Callahan. So are we done with the Alika talk? Because I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just not partaking in it.
No, I don't enjoy this talk either. I hate this talk. I don't want it to happen. But with what they have, there's nothing left.
Guys, can we? I'm here to give you the voice of reason. Jim, again, sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not refuting you in like this is a terrible argument. I'm just also saying you're wrong. Get that out of your head. Just get it. Who are we DFAing to make Alika Williams on the 40-man roster for the 2 weeks that he's going to be here until Konnor Griffin comes up? That's why you have Callahan.
The exact same person you would have DFA'd if you put Konnor Griffin on the roster, because then what you do is you DFA Alika Williams when it's time to call up Griffin, and he just takes his roster spot. Like it's the same move. It's just
I get it.
Made a little bit different.
I get it. Yeah, but no, you go get Callahan for this situation. This is why he's here. Jared Triolo is your shortstop. Callahan's your third baseman. Stop it with Alika Williams. Just stop it. I understand he's the best glove here. And maybe you can sacrifice some offense. You guys sucker. I left to not get suckered in, and I'm suckered back in. Stop it with Alika. He's not making the team.
Hold on. Shut your dumb ass up. Did you just say you want Callahan at third base?
Yeah.
And Jared Triolo.
You want Alika Williams?
No, he's going to be
the team.
I want Gonzalez at short. Yeah, it would still be Gonzalez at short. Triolo
I just want a defensive replacement.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're saying you would rather have Triolo at short, Callahan at third, than Triolo at third, Gonzalez at short, and just Alika as a glove-only option off the bench?
Fellas, Alika's not making the team.
But he is.
Here's I'm gonna say it right now. If Konnor Griffin makes the opening day roster, Alika is not on the team. But if Konnor Griffin is sent to Indy, Alika is going to be introduced in front of 45,000 people at Citi Field.
Yeah, I fully agree. Now, the only flip side that I think you can maybe pivot, and I think they kind of missed the boat on it, was maybe having Gonzalez at third and letting Triolo play short. But with what they've done this spring, I feel like that's not happening. And I don't even love that. It's just shortstop's at least taken care of there. But I don't love that either.
Yeah, I'm not saying I love these situations.
No, I don't like this at all.
It's the situation that we're in.
So then we all agree Konnor Griffin is your opening day shortstop, right? Can we stop having these stupid discussions? Konnor Griffin, opening day, stamp it, done. Listen to us, Ben. Don't get cute. Bring him up here. The boy is ready.
I mean, he's the best option.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah. But we know how this works. Well, me and Jim do. Jim and Ty.
There you go. John, winning teams have an Alika Williams on their roster. End of story.
All teams could have had the option to have Alika Williams on the roster. He was free to anyone for free. Hey, make work for free, and nobody wanted him. Not the Marlins, not the Tigers, not the Angels. Nobody wanted him. He came back to Pittsburgh because nobody wanted him. And even Pittsburgh was like, we don't want you that much.
Well, you're going to like him.
I'm sorry, Alika.
Poor Alika Williams.
You made a good interview.
Okay.
But like it bring up Konnor. That's all I'm saying. Like it's just
we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
Bring up Konnor.
And I mean, like
starter.
It is the point where they left themselves with not much of a choice.
Fifth starter. Last week, I think all of us said Jose Urquidy. Have we changed our minds?
Well, you guys go ahead and do your little fanboy Alex thing. And Alex said that Majinski should be the fifth starter. So go ahead and share your little tales.
Well, here's the deal. Carmen Majinski has looked the best out of all of them. He's looked the best. And I think if you were to ask me right now, like, who do you feel most comfortable with as your fifth starter between the three options, and I'm not going to include Barco. He's still in camp, but I just don't see it happening. Now, Barco would be a good choice. It's just like from an inning standpoint, I think they're going to start him in AAA and he's going to kind of be eased into the season. Carmen Majinski's the guy I trust the most out of those three other ones, Clevenger, Majinski, and Urquidy. I don't trust either of Urquidy or Clevenger, to be honest with you, but like I trust Majinski the most. So I'm flip-flopping from my pick last week. I'm saying Carmen Majinski, fifth starter.
I still want to see this week. I still want someone else to win it. I don't have much trust in them. I think everything you said is correct, Jim. I have more faith in Majinski, but I also know Majinski is going to dominate that role. It's not like I have faith in if Urquidy doesn't make the fifth starter. I don't have faith that he's going to be the multi-inning, reliever, or Clevenger. Clevenger I have more faith in, but like he's not going to be Majinski. So again, like that's the trade-off. What is the trade-off? Clevenger or Urquidy as their fifth starter as opposed to Majinski? What's best for the team? Again, as I mentioned, that's 20% of games, the fifth starter still. I think it might be the fifth starter. Like, I think that's probably the more important role to, especially right now. Like, you're thinking about this too, is like you're kind of looking for the first 2 months. Jared Jones will come back, hopefully. By that time, also, like, Barco could be ready. So it was like, it's a short-term fix. And that's why I feel like maybe Majinski is the guy. But I would just love for Urquidy to win it and give us 2 solid months.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened to that episode of Offbeat, Alex went into Carmen Majinski and the changes he's made. It was a really good episode, and it did open my eyes a little bit as well. At the same time, though, no, he's not my fifth starter because even now we're still only throwing 3 to 4 innings, which is basically his bullpen role. Nate, yeah, sure, fine.
Last outing, 5 innings, 2 runs.
Sure.
He looked good.
Sure.
And he held up. That's what's important too. The 2 runs came early.
Sure.
Which happens.
I'm burning the living hell out of Jose Urquidy, and I'm burning the living hell out of Mike Clevenger if he's still here at that point. And I'm going to let Carmen Majinski thrive in the role that I think is best for him, which is in the bullpen. And I would understand if he is the 5th starter. I just don't think it's the best spot for him. I'd rather just burn the arms we have.
It's fair. It's a long season.
I would rather that too.
I could see that happen.
Just
I don't think I'd rather. I don't think I'd rather have that happen though. I would rather like if I had my choice here, Carmen's the 5th starter.
Remember last year when we were saying like, oh yeah, that's really cute that Carmen Majinski wants to start. I like that thought, but no. Here we are. I also just hate all 3 options, to be honest with you.
I don't hate the Majinski option.
I don't like it.
You could do way worse.
You could, but it's not
like Urquidy or Clevenger.
That's fair. And it's more that like I hate taking him out of a role that he could thrive in.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Hamilton brings up a good point, and like I said, this is like per Ethan on MLB spreadsheets, but Clevenger has to be added to the 40-man by 3 upward mobility clause there. So if another team wants Clevenger, he basically needs to be added by this weekend. So we may know what's going on there relatively soon.
Yep. Outside of that,
yeah,
it's great to be able to complain about the 5th starter spot as well. And like we're complaining about 26-man spot and the 5th starter spot.
Yeah.
And it's like also the reason we're doing it is because they have talent that they're going to hold down, which again makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like these guys stink.
Yeah. Some other news that came out this week, Evan Sisk was optioned, meaning that Mason Montgomery, I would assume, is going to make this team. The other way I guess you could pivot here if you're the Pirates and you want to get more creative is Montgomery has options. So if you want to just kind of hold on to as many arms as possible, you could option Montgomery. You could start the year with Joe LaSorsa, who hasn't been very good during his major league career. He looked good in the World Baseball Classic. He also has an upward mobility clause that needs to be triggered, I think, at the beginning of next week. So there's that option. There's also, and like, hear me here, if the reason why Hunter Barco isn't your 5th starter is because you want to make sure that you're monitoring his innings, isn't another option here that you just start Hunter Barco in the bullpen?
Well,
as your second lefty?
You could. And I do like that because again, my whole thing, I would love, now they didn't add another pitcher, so it's not going to happen, but I would love this year of like Carmen Majinski and Hunter Barco being like the 2 long men, having a righty and a lefty. Again, that's not going to happen, but I do like that idea. You're ramping him up essentially.
Nah. No, I want him to learn on the job, pitching, starting, getting stretched out. I want him to get through an order 3 times if he can. I know it might not happen in AAA, but I want him to work through a lineup. I'm not ready to put him in the bullpen yet. I think there's still too much learning to do with Hunter Barco. I want to see him in AAA.
Yeah, I guess my point here would be, if you're putting him in AAA, you're probably using him almost like a reliever anyways, because you're not going to throw too many. Like you're not going to use a lot of Hunter Barco's innings in AAA this year. So
I would. I don't think he's ready.
Well, that's a fundamental difference, though.
Yeah.
So
that's
you're just coming at like,
it
he
is
not ready.
I don't
because
think
honestly, like if all things were equal, like Barco's probably my 5th starter.
Yes.
Like right now.
he's 8th on my list, probably. I am.
That's where the difference comes in. And
You
again,
know
that's
what?
a fair
I'm just
conversation.
lower
right?
on Barco than the rest.
Yeah.
That's all.
So you're putting Clevenger and Urquidy ahead of Barco?
In terms of starting for this team this year, I'm just not there with Barco right now. I am
If
not.
you're putting
there with
Urquidy
Barco
and Clevenger ahead of him, then you're out on Barco altogether as like a major league pitcher.
Not really. I'm just
He's
not.
25 years old. If you think
Yeah, and I've seen him pitch enough
better than
where
him,
when I watch him pitch, I'm like, not quite there yet. Not real. Honestly, I do question if Hunter Barco is going to be a major league pitcher. I do.
All right.
you're out of your mind.
Tyler's
Okay.
all the way back.
We'll find out.
Spring training's over. Tyler's ready. He's ready for the season. Let's go.
We'll find out.
Do we move on to our last segment? Wrap
Yeah,
this up.
because I'm hungry.
So the Pittsburgh Pirates today. Let me
We'll intro it. Yeah. So the Pirates, they released the new food items at PNC Park. So again, I think this is always a fun time of the year because this is all just subjective stuff. It's food items, right? Everyone loves to discuss food and have their hot takes. I mean, last year was like the Renegade Dog. Actually, that was 2 years ago, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
that was a while ago, I think.
Maybe. I gave it a lot of ish. I ate it. Yes, there's pictures. I ate it. It was good. It was really good. So, but we had, speaking of hoist the cones, there was that one year they had like the cone with all the stupid stuff on that. And yeah, there's always interesting stuff. So I always look forward to this day. So let's talk about some of these food items.
Yeah, so the Pirates, it's fun. Get involved. So we're gonna play Smash or Pass right now. They introduced 9 new food items today for PNC Park for this season. They only introduced 4 pictures of what these things look like. So we're gonna look at the 4 items that are new at PNC Park that have images to them, and we're going to Smash or Pass these items. So I think everybody knows how to play, but that's what we're going to go with. So we're going to start with the Barracuda dog. It's a Puerto Rico inspired hot dog with a Pittsburgh twist. This specialty hot dog offering with sofrito beef, Smallman Street deli sauerkraut, yellow mustard, American cheese, ketchup, braised onion, and potato sticks, all served on a roll. So, Barracuda dog, guys, smash or pass?
Smash, 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 smash.
I'm going to be real boring. I'm just telling you right now, I'm smashing every goddamn thing on this menu. So I gave away all my takes. I'll tell you more about them when they come up. But I'm smashing the hell out of this right now.
This is an absolute smash, right? Like if you're passing on this, like what's wrong with you?
This is a banger.
This is a smash. Yeah.
Yes. And that's why I also brought that up. Like when I saw the Renegade dog, I was like, ugh. But I tried it and I was like, this is really good. And I'm not trying to compare this to it, but it's like, I feel like you got to give some of these weird things an opportunity. That's what I learned from the Renegade dog. And like, this just has all the different flavors. This absolute smash. I can't wait to put.
Do we have clarification? Is this a like normal sized hot dog, or is this like the Renegade dog?
This looks like a normal sized hot dog.
So the Renegade dog, the one problem with it was that it was a foot long dog. It would get soggy in the middle. Didn't work as well. Looking like that, I'm all in, boys.
Well, and actually, also Tyler, maybe they learned from this because the Renegade dog wasn't that on a bun?
Yeah,
this is on a roll.
It was a lot of work.
But that's what I'm saying. Wasn't that
This-
just like an extra
yeah,
long?
it was. It
bun?
was just.
This is a
It
roll.
was like a jumbo dog.
Yeah. So again, like maybe they learned from that.
Maybe. And the potato sticks on top. I haven't had a potato stick since I was like 6, and I would smash the hell out of those.
Smash.
The only thing I'll say here, lose the ketchup.
I
Lose
think
the
I'd
ketchup.
agree.
Ketchup is for children.
Yes.
Replace it with mustard.
Yeah.
You know what though? On this though, with the conglomerate, maybe the ketchup works opposed to the mustard.
No, ketchup and kraut's not going to work together.
Yeah, I don't know about ketchup and kraut. Yeah, that's
Like that's too Pittsburgh, I think. Like we don't need ketchup on everything.
all
I
right.
just it's so many people.
We ready for
Yes. Yes.
the heavy hitter dog?
Smash.
It's a full foot-long hot dog with cornbread coating, yellow mustard, and pico de gallo, and it's served in a special baseball bat boat.
I'd smash.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna pass on this. I don't know what it is. I don't like corn dogs. Like corn dogs are the worst kind of dogs. The worst. And I don't want anything to do with this.
I mean, I'll say that's fair. The corn dog is the worst, but it's still a corn dog. I mean, it's still me. I'm smashing it. Now, that's where I want to go to because I don't want to foreshadow too much since I said I'll smash everything. Like this here, I feel like the mustard plays very well with this. That's why I'm interested in the first one. Maybe the ketchup plays better than the mustard, but like the mustard on this, because I feel like, the cornbread being a little sweet, then the hot dog, the coating, the pico de gallo, like the mustard is I just think this is gonna have such a good kick. I can't wait to put this in my mouth.
I don't know if I want the pico on it.
I think you have to get the pico on it if you're gonna get it. Yeah.
I mean, I lean smash here, but like I need a few beers in me.
Okay, that's fair. I'm a pass. All right. The Coop Puppy. Who doesn't like a good chicken sandwich? This one is sure to impress as we take sweet tea brined chicken on a toasted roll and top it with ketchup, braised onion, ranch, and shredded lettuce.
I'll never eat this thing, but smash.
Okay. All right. That was a twist.
Wait,
that was a twist.
Did you say you'll never eat it but smash?
No, but I will smash. Like if it's in front of me, yeah, I'm smashing. I won't pay for it.
Okay. Well, then I'll go next. Smash. And again, like this is interesting. The sweet tea brine, that also intrigues me. I want to try that. They're not going the pickle route. They're going sweet tea. I'm interested to see how that tastes. I'm going to smash this because I want to find out how it tastes. But like this also does taste good. And it's kind of simple. Just a nice chicken sandwich, but a little bit of a twist on it. I can't wait to put that in my mouth.
This kinda
Ketchup
reminds
braised
me-
onion like turns me off.
This kind of reminds me of like I think it was like KFC had those like little like chicken little things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of a chicken little. So I'm smashing this.
The ketchup braised onions just kind of. I'm not a
Yeah, I'm
ketchup
smashing.
guy.
I'm smashing for sure.
It doesn't look overbearing on this picture. Now, of course, we learned from the Renegade Dog, pictures are much different than what you get at the park. But
I will say
it doesn't look
that's
like
a good looking bun.
the onion is overpowering with that. So, like, hopefully it's not just loaded with those onions.
But
To
ketchup
your
and
point,
ranch.
Tyler. Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
a
it's not
ketchup.
ketchup. Keep in mind, it's not ketchup. It's
It-
ketchup braised
it's-
onion.
Yeah, those are two of my least favorite things:
Yeah.
onions and ketchup.
Okay.
No.
Well, you said you smashed it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna smash it. Duh. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna love it.
All right. The next item is by far the biggest smash of all smashes. And it's the Nutella beignets. It's a New Orleans favorite with a twist. Comes to PNC Park as we top fresh beignets with caramel and whipped cream. Just
Fantastic. I'll take
absolute
20 of them.
smash. Absolute smash. Like, yeah, like you said, give me 20.
Can I have it now?
I want it. I want some right now.
Smash. Like April 18th, PNC Park ain't ready for me. That is just after I eat all the 3 items we've talked about before, and as not shown, my baseball bat beer or 2, or maybe 3. I'm capping it off with the Nutella beignets. I can't wait to put them in my mouth.
Smash. 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 Sell it in a store.
Also, why I can't wait for baseball season to begin. I want all of those.
Someone brought up too, the chipped ham fries are a new item this year. They're basically chipped ham, sauce, cheddar sauce, and garlic butter on top of French fries. That also sounds pretty good.
Is it a hot take if I say that's the least appealing thing to me? I'm interested.
I would
in
say
how
that's a hot take. I would say that's a hot take.
Ham is going to pair with the fries.
It's going to pair awesome.
I don't know. Like bacon's crunchy, and you put that on the fries with all the stuff. Like the ham's going to be soft. Are the fries going to be crunchy enough? They better be really crisp fries. That's all I'm asking for. Like I better be able to pick up the fry, and it's that the ham's not like breaking.
Well, it's chipped ham. Yeah, it's chipped ham.
I know. But it's I'm sure going to be a lot and piled on.
Maybe
the chipped ham's going to come together as one unit.
Are we doing? Is there barbecue sauce or the chipped ham sauce on the ham that goes on the fries?
It's all on. Yes, it looks like it's all on there. There's no picture, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I know. But that's where I question. Like, if we're doing the vinegar-based barbecue sauce on top of the chipped ham fries, smash.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm smashing it. I'm just saying maybe a step up from the sweet tea brine chicken, as Tyler mentioned. I'm the least interested in this one.
So, like, I've had some Reuben fries before. You put some kraut on there, some pastrami. Those are fantastic. And that's kind of where I picture these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, smash.
Oh, well, while you are smashing all of this food, FanDuel right now has a parlay plus 1,100 for Konnor Griffin to win Rookie of the Year and for Paul Skeens to win Cy Young. Plus 1,100.
Smashing that.
I feel like that's not bad. I mean, those are the 2 favorites, right?
We kind of talked about this earlier, but like it is kind of wild that the Pirates, they could absolutely do that. And also, like if the Pirates are like, they don't have to be good. Like they don't have to be a World Series contender, but like if they're good enough, like Don Kelly's also in the running for Manager of the Year. Like it's just wild that the Pirates have like 3 legit candidates for awards at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be an exciting year. Hopefully. And like I said,
I would just hate it that Konnor Griffin doesn't win Rookie of the Year because Alika Williams started.
He's not starting.
Could you imagine? Alika stole his Rookie
being
of the Year
so
award from him.
stupid that you think he's going to start.
You know what though? Paul Skeens opening day starter. You maybe want your best defense behind him. Alika Williams starting shortstop opening day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Again, Paul Skeens starting. You need as many bats as you can have, even when you're Team USA. Paul Skeens does not allow hits to happen for either team when he starts. So as many as you can collect. That's why Konnor Griffin needs to be there opening day.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here, and we should find out very hopefully. I mean, we'll be doing NS9 live next week.
By a week, we'll know.
do our over unders. We'll do our predictions. We'll do all that. We should know by then. Yeah. And honestly, if he's on the team, that's probably going to warrant an emergency podcast.
Yeah.
We might not know until the day of the game. They're going to tell us 9 a.m.
Yeah, these are the Pirates.
Right.
All right. If you haven't yet, make sure you're checking out the Monday through Friday morning shows with Alex. It's called Offbeat. It's 15 minutes. It's super easy to consume. It's on YouTube. It's on your podcast platforms. Make sure you're either watching that or listening to that. Just really super insightful stuff that he's putting out every single day. And it's a little bit different from what we do. Like I said, we come at this from a fan standpoint. He's looking at this more from a journalistic standpoint. And he's putting out some really, really good information every single day. So today's show was about Mitch Keller. I just got the word that tomorrow's show will be about
Inside sources.
Braxton Ashcraft will be the title, the subject of tomorrow's show. So make sure you check that out if you haven't. Again, every Monday through Friday, every morning, check that out. But yeah, that's it. I think
The tailgate, April 18th.
Yeah. April 18th.
Tickets
Tailgate
are available right now in our show description. Click that link. We got tickets in our section. You can sit with us. They come with $10 preloaded. So, hey, go into the game. You're guaranteed a Paul Skeens bobblehead, no matter what number you are walking into the gates. So get a ticket, get a Paul Skeens bobblehead. That'll probably resell for $5,000 based on what last year, if that's what you want to do or not. But get that, and then you get $10. So then go up there and get yourself a nice corn dog with mustard and pico or whatever you want, and smash all the food we just talked about.
That's
I
true.
guess
The
I can't
$10
say
allows
free.
you
I don't know
to
how much
go-
they're going to be.
Yeah. The
Sure,
$10 allows you to smash at least like probably like 75% of one of the items that we
We'll
went
all
over.
smash together.
Right. But also the photo on the field's kind of cool too. So like after the game, we get to go on the field, which is pretty neat.
That's right. With our stomachs grumbling.
Yeah.
Brewing. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the tailgate. April 18th, we'll be there. Fun stuff. Outside of that, I think we're good with news. There's still some news lingering that we'll be announcing here shortly. But that's it for now. So
Love
we
it.
out.
Yeah, like the video, subscribe to the page, all that good stuff. Leave a review. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go Bucks.
And if you don't have a friend,
come to
Sorry,
tailgate.
Bucks.
yeah, come to the tailgate.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of here. We love you all. We appreciate you all. No more Alika talk. Bye-bye.
Peace out, Scouts.
See you guys. All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.